it's Chef Hollie. I'm coming to you from the East Village in my Barbie-style kitchen. You can see it's quite small. Many of us in New York have small kitchens. Don't let that alarm you. You can still make easy things like watermelon juice, which is the whole purpose of my blog. Easy, simple, delicious drinks, foods, things that you and your family can enjoy together. So, let's look at the watermelon that we've chosen. It's a little one because there are just two of us that are going to be drinking the watermelon juice today. But interesting thing is, I see people all the time thumping the watermelons and doing different things. One thing you can do is just look to see that your watermelon has a smooth shape on the outside, and also look to see that there is kind of a yellower underbelly, because that means that the watermelon did ripen on the ground, and it was, because it's a vine fruit that actually grows above the ground. And you want to look for a nice, smooth outer rind, and kind of heavy for its shape. This is probably about 2 pounds or more. So we're going to cut into it. That's also the mystery, to see how it looks. And we're just going to make watermelon juice today. Watermelons I love. Actually, for the kids, it's the most fantastic afternoon drink. It'll seem like a treat. It's easy. It takes no more than 5 minutes for you, and 5 to 10 minutes, and you'll enjoy it. Plus, your kids won't even realize they're getting tons of vitamin C. There's also lycopene. There's a lot of nutrition in watermelon juice, and it's mostly 90% water, so what could be better? So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and cut into my watermelon. I'm going to try to find a spot where I can just kind of go down the middle, and we'll see what we have here when we get inside. Oh, that looks nice. That looks like a good one, doesn't it? It's nice and red. And so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the fruit out of the watermelon. So just give me a second to do that. And now, if it's later in the afternoon, adults, and you want to have a little spirit with your watermelon juice, I've had great success in just putting a little bit of vodka over ice first before you put the watermelon juice in. And maybe you could put a little extra lime, maybe a sprig of mint would be nice. A little sparkling water doesn't hurt. So, let me just move this over here. Try to get organized. This is really the only amount of prep that you have when you're trying to get the actual fruit out of the watermelon. But it didn't take but a minute. I wish you were here, you could smell it. It's just so nice and fresh. Just smells delicious. So all you need is you need a watermelon, a little bit of ice. I'm going to use a tiny bit of sugar, but I'm going to try it first because I try to avoid using too much sugar. I just want to use the natural sugars in the fruit if I can. But I have sugar on hand. I like to use turbinado sugar. It's a raw sugar. It's very nice and sweet, but it's not quite as refined, and it's better for you. So when I do use sugar, that's what I like to use. So I'm going to just use this right now because this is enough for 2 drinks for us. And I might put the tiniest little bit of water in there if I don't have enough juice. Let me get my ice and let me get my lime because I like to put a little bit of lime in there as well. It kind of brightens up the flavor, makes it a little bit citrusy. So give me just a second. I've got some ice here. Ice is a bit of a luxury in New York as well. I had to buy this down at my little bodega, but you know, it's kind of like when I lived in France. We used ice in the special drinks. It was a special type of accompaniment. So I'm going to put a little lime in there. Probably about a quarter of the lime in the beginning because you just don't want it to overpower the sweetness of the watermelon. Alright, and I'm going to put the tiniest little bit of water just to make sure I've got enough juice. I've got a 1/3 cup right here. Just want to make sure I have enough juice. And I'm just going to hit puree. Couldn't be easier. Alright, I'm going to put a little ice in there. Ice in here. Just to make it nice and cool. Alright. I'm going to hit this. I'm going to hit the chopper. See if I want to add any sugar to it. This time of summer, the fruit is so ripe. I mean, you can find watermelons all year round, but it is a summer fruit, so this is the best time of year to make a juice. Oh, that's delicious. It's really, really delicious. Now, it depends on your taste buds. I like it just the way it is. I'm going to put a tiny bit more lime juice. I don't need any sugar. If I was going to do sugar, though, for a whole watermelon, I'd probably do anywhere between a 1/3 of a cup to a 1/4 of a cup. And you can just keep an eye on it. You can measure it the way that you like. You know, really, this is up to you and your taste buds. You and your family know what you like better. And for a treat, maybe the kids want a little sweeter sugar in there. Nothing wrong with that. It's very limited in terms of the sugar amount, so let's see. This is a new blender, so I'm learning which buttons I want to use. This is going to be perfect. So, I'm going to pour that out so we get a different taste here. It looks delicious. Let's see. Oh yeah, a little tiny bit more lime and it just really brightens up the flavor of the watermelon. It's so delicious. It's nutritious. I hope you enjoy this. Thank you for tuning in to Just Easy as Watermelon Juice. This is Chef Hollie. Goodbye.